Scalisi Marine.
About Scalisi Marine, about
yeah.
my dad's boatyard up north.
Yeah, well, so you were a young kid.
Sure.
Sorry,
I mean,
I know it's back to that.
no. I mean, my background, I grew up in the family boat business, which is one of the reasons I love working for HMY and selling Vikings, because they're family-owned companies, and that's my background, family-owned boat business. But no, up in the Northeast, where I'm from, you know, a big boat is 40 feet. So our family boat, you know, my father started hauling boats back in the 70s on hydraulic trailers up and down the East Coast. Stumbled across an old boatyard in the early 80s and dreamed of owning it one day, and busted his butt and American dream, and bought the boatyard and the house next door. And
wow.
You know, it's kind of the home comes to work, work comes home. It's family boat business.
The smell of fiberglass must have resonated.
Yeah, and I mean, I grew up, you know, I was the boat bottom sander, and my brother was a lot more mechanically inclined than I. He runs the family business now. I moved down here to chase big fish and, you know, and follow the sun, and you know, he's up there running the family business.
It's very seasonal up there, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, short season. At my father's boatyard, they do winter storage, you know, repowers, transportation, service and sales, but it's you know, it's family boatyard style. So and you have, you know, basically June through September that's your window. Yeah. I mean, Memorial Day starts the season, and Labor Day pretty much ends the season.
Interesting. So he's living the American dream. He bought the yard, doing well.
Oh yeah.
Now going to inherit it. That's
yeah.
That is the American dream, right?
Yeah. My dad's a hard-working dude.
Yeah.
He worked 4 jobs when we were growing up, and plowed snow and hauled boats, and worked full-time for the sewer department up north, and played drums in a rock and roll band. And
Nice.
he was a hard-working dude. But you know, I brought a similar mindset and work ethic down here with me when I came to kind of carve out my own path.
Yeah.
And it served me well.
Okay. And we are back between 2 Yetis with Mike. How do you say your last name?
Scalisi.
Scalisi, Italian, right?
Yeah, Italian heritage. But you know, mixed family.
Well, very good to meet you, sir.
Great to meet you as well.
We are day 2 of the Palm Beach show. How's it been for you?
It's been very well. Activity's been pretty good, but the quality at Palm Beach Boat Show is always top notch.
No, it's interesting because everyone I talk to loves this show for the many reasons that it's small, everything's together, shops, everything like that. But do boats actually sell here like they do in the numbers at Fort Lauderdale?
They do. I mean, it's more of, we call it a gentleman's show.
Okay.
So, you know, it's more intimate. You know, the Palm Beach crowd, they weren't down at the Miami Boat Show last month. And the Miami crowd really isn't up here at the Palm Beach Boat Show. So it's a different vibe, a different feel. It is an active selling show. It's the last major show of the season.
Yeah. So,
you know, springtime's here. People are making purchase decisions. Summer cruising plans. So, I mean, the boat that we're sitting on right here is a 2011 76 Viking convertible.
And it's
closed
absolutely
bridge.
gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous boat.
Yeah.
It went under contract the morning of the first day of the show.
That's been a great show then so far.
I mean, that's starting things off on the right foot for sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about HMY? Because you guys are it's not just a boat brokerage though, right?
No, we're new boat dealers. I mean, it's a family-owned company. Steve Moynihan is the owner. Started with a couple other partners, and over the years, you know, now here it is. He's been in business. I mean, I think we just had a 35th anniversary.
Okay,
I mean, it's a family company, but we have a service team, new boat brands.
And what boat brands do you do? I know you do Princess and Viking, right?
Princess and Viking. We're cruisers dealers as well.
Okay.
And
they're from Wisconsin, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And then it's pre-owned everything, brokerage. We have a super yacht division. We have a charter division.
Oh wow. So you really just touch on everything then, really.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we sell between 400 and 500 boats a year, and do $500 million. I mean, $500 million in gross sales.
Now,
so we're a major player.
Your closest competitor is Galati, right?
Galati would be kind of a mirror image, if you will, similar product lines, Viking dealers. Their territory is the west coast of Florida, Our territory is the east coast of Florida.
Gotcha.
So we have a very close working relationship with those
So
guys.
it's not like, because I speak to a lot of people that are in industries that compete with each other, and there's lots of bad vibes
Like
sometimes. Friction, yeah.
Sure,
but
sure,
you guys work well together, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Galati family and the Moynihan family and the Healy family, that's been a relationship, that, predates me,
Yeah.
being in the boat business for years. So it's a very close working relationship. Everybody plays nice.
So you're a boat broker though, right?
I am.
Do you specialise in a particular style, like this is a sport fish? Is this kind of what you want to sell more of, or?
I'm pretty well-rounded as far as my background goes, and what I can, speak intelligently about boats that I've run, boats that I've sold. I mean, I grew up in a family boat business up in the Northeast.
Okay, which one?
It's Scalisi Marine. It's
Okay.
a family boat yard up in Weymouth, Massachusetts. But then I went away to college. Moved down to Florida to kind of do my own thing. And
Okay.
I started as a captain and then got into sales. But long story short, I'm on the new Viking sales team.
Okay.
I sell a lot of pre-owned Vikings. You're familiar with Cabo yachts?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was the #1 Cabo broker and salesperson in the country for years.
Wow.
So
okay.
now I do a lot of pre-owned Cabos.
Which are beautiful boats as well.
Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Not quite in the same league as Vikings, though, right?
They stopped at 52 feet. Like the largest Cabo ever built was 52 feet.
Right.
I closed a 52 Cabo last week. The dealer network, non-coincidentally, for the Viking, they were usually the Cabo dealers as well, because the Cabo product was ultra premium branded, 30 to 50 foot fishing boats. And then the Viking product, was 40 to 90 foot fishing boats.
Yeah.
So it was a great lead-in product to the Viking.
It's a complementary product.
It's
to what you have.
complementary, similar level of quality, fit and finish, and they complemented each other well.
Now, you said
back in the day.
You said you were a captain before you became a boat broker, right?
I was.
Is that essential to being a good broker? Do you think you have to have boat knowledge? Because we were speaking to Greg Christie, who does a lot of the insurance for these boats. He was saying he was a boater first and insurance second, and he thinks that combination helps with your customer service and letting people know what you're selling them is a good product.
Yeah, I would agree. There's definitely a trust factor when you're. HMY has a lot of former captains on their sales team. I think they believe, and I would agree with, it's a great base of knowledge.
Yeah.
You have to know your product.
Yeah.
You can speak intelligently about all different ship systems. When your customer has problems, you have service relationships, you have knowledge, you have the resources to help them out of those jams.
So does your relationship with the customer not end at the sale? It's
Oh no!
continuing on.
If I ever want any kind of referrals or repeat business, the sale, as important as it is, my relationship goes far beyond just throw you the set of keys and call me when you want a bigger one. I'm
Interesting.
Borderline concierge level service. I try to go above and beyond the call of duty if given the opportunity.
I've never really thought of it like that. I always thought, you were just a sales guy, but it is a lot more than that if you want to retain the business.
Well,
right?
if you have, growing up in boats, it's a passion.
Yeah.
And when you have that when you're that passionate about what you do, you want to, instill that passion in your customers and help them and go fishing with them. And, a lot of my customers have become close friends. Our kids play together. We spend time in the Bahamas together.
Oh,
we go on yacht rendezvous together. So, it's about building trust and relationships as much as it is just like selling a boat.
So being a captain, you can basically, if someone wants to see a boat, you can grab the keys and take them out and show them, right?
Well, yeah. You don't jump on board a pre-owned boat and take it for a boat ride.
No, absolutely not. But the fact that you can,
I would have the ability and the skill set to do it, and and speak intelligently about safe operations. I don't want to get into a situation where I'm driving a boat on a sea trial and I'm in a conflict of interests where I'm liable or for running aground and ruining a sail. So
I get you.
When I sell boats, we hire professional captains.
Gotcha.
That
Gotcha.
at the owner's employ under their insurance. so that you don't have any.
This is America.
Yeah, you don't have any. You don't have any situations like that.
I get you. So, any cool stories from when you were a captain? Maybe you were a captain of a fishing boat, so you did a lot of fishing, or you got any crazy fish stories you can tell us?
I did a little bit of both. I have fishing is my passion, but I also ran large motor yachts. I was the
very cool.
corporate captain for a yacht manufacturer here in the United States.
Okay.
So that was a great experience. But as far as a crazy fishing story, there's always crazy fishing stories. It's just a matter of which ones are suitable for.
Anything we say we can cut out.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, for instance, we had one captain, his owner put a stripper pole, and they used to film sexy videos on the boat.
Yeah.
And he was like, can't put this on camera, but yeah, I've seen some stuff.
We had a really, coming from the Northeast, we didn't have any big blue marlin tournaments. Mm-hmm. We would do shark fishing tournaments up in the Northeast.
That's cool.
So I was a big shark buff, and my father was, and we kind of fished together. And we fished in this tournament called the Oak Bluffs Monster Shark Tournament. Okay. It's held out of Oak Bluffs, Massachusetts on Martha's Vineyard. Third week of July every year. We fished it for 15 years on my dad's boat. We had buddies. We brought in charter customers eventually. We had a big blue shark on the boat one time, and we knew it was a potential money fish. Right. And we were pretty far offshore, pushing the limits of the weigh scale time closing. Yeah. So, we're wide open throttle, barreling back to the marina, and we're calling ahead, telling them we're coming with a weighable fish, and, we only have a few minutes left, and, my father was running the boat, and against our better judgment, we're coming in the harbor, no wake zone, throwing, paddle boarders off, and we got to make it to the weigh scale in time with this big fish. We pull up to the weigh station. We get in position to weigh the fish, and they say, you're 20 seconds too late. Oh, come on. Which was baloney. We went crazy, and nobody was on the jetty with a stopwatch. How can you tell us we're 20 seconds too late? That's ridiculous. And my father comes off the bridge of the boat, and there's a big crowd behind the boat where my father said, they said that we're 20 seconds too late. What do you guys think of that? And the crowd starts chanting, weigh the fish, weigh the fish. So they weighed the fish to appease the mob that we created, but they wouldn't give us credit. They wouldn't give us credit, and it was a money fish, and we would have come away with a decent purse, but they said we were too late, and we were too late. We protested, but we lost. And
shark fishing sounds that added extra sense of danger, or is that nonsense?
I mean, not really. I mean, if you're boating a shark, I mean, because there's multiple species. Mako shark would be probably the most noteworthy, the most dangerous. They jump, they're acrobatic, they're crazy. So when you have what we would call a green shark with a lot of energy close to the boat, anything can happen. So I guess it wouldn't be any more dangerous than blue and black marlin fishing.
They got a massive sword on
Sure, they have giant bills, and you're leadering 1,000-pound fish that can pull you overboard. So there's an element of danger with all offshore sport fishing.
I mean, fishing, we've never been fishing, brother and I, and actually caught decent-sized fish. Sure. But there must be a rush when you get it finally to the boat after 4 hours, right?
There's definitely an adrenaline rush associated with it, or we wouldn't be selling $10 million 90-foot sport fishing boats. It's a rush.
I mean, is fishing a sport of the rich? Like in this kind of arena, or can you buy a 10 grand boat and go and buy a couple of rods and reels and go and fish for something decent?
Absolutely. You don't have to spend $10 million on a beautiful Viking battle wagon. I would love it if you did. Yeah. But if you just want to you can fish off bridges and piers. And that's pretty much where everyone starts with with a boat. I started with a pole, riding my bicycle down to the lake and fishing for bass and sunfish. But you can fish right out front of any one of these Florida inlets and catch 40-pound kingfish in 50 feet of water right off the beach.
You can catch edible fish without a boat.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's amazing, actually.
Bridge fishing and
because I was talking to one of my friends who does kite fishing.
Yeah.
And he was explaining it to me. I was just like, this sounds incredibly complicated.
Kite fishing requires a high-level skill set. It's definitely an advanced method to target, sailfish primarily. Yeah, I mean, it's highly effective, but very labor-intensive, and you need a good working knowledge. You need, mostly professional people or semi-professional people that do it all the time, that know what they're doing in your cockpit for a legit kite fishing trip.
And is that different for sharks, or do you just chum the hell out of the water?
Shark fishing, like when I came down here and I said, "Oh, I'm a shark fisherman," they were like, "Why?
Why?
Why? We're trying to reel our baits away from sharks. They're fishing for mahi-mahi and these beautiful game fish and marlin and sailfish right off the beach. So shark fishing is not like popular in Florida. You're pretty much trying to reel your wonderful edible species of fish away from sharks down here.
A quick change of tack. A lot of people come to the show, see the opulency of big sport fishing, and think people don't give a shit about the oceans. Cut that bit out, but you really do. I mean, it's people want to sustain the sport. They care about the oceans.
Oh, I mean,
is HMY involved with any ocean charities or anything like that?
Our company and our client base are very heavily involved in, the Billfish Foundation, Coastal Conservation Association. Fishermen they sometimes get a bad rap.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
There's been a change in mentality from years and years ago, where it was hang it, kill it, hang it up and show it off as a trophy. Now it's conservation trophies, where you don't have to kill a fish to memorialize it on a big plaque, and you do a conservation mount. Billfish is pretty much catch and release.
Yeah.
So bill fishermen especially, bag limits are in place, and bill fishermen, it's a catch and release.
It's a sport.
Yeah, it's a catch and release sport. I mean, there's big money tournaments and there's money involved, but conservation is an extremely important part of any fisherman's thought process.
Because I was amazed when we were talking to some guys to do the sailfish tournament, and they have to take polygraph tests.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, for what? Like, to prove that we caught it. I was like, it's that in depth. Like, when you're talking about hundreds of thousands in prize money, it gets real serious.
There was a big, well-publicized incident at one of the major Mid-Atlantic, I think the White Marlin Open or the Mid-Atlantic, I think it's the White Marlin Open. A couple years ago, the winning crew failed their polygraph test. There's been big litigation. There was big money prizes.
And one of the guys didn't have a fishing permit, right?
Well, somebody didn't have and on that one, that's a popular problem. Like, you win a tournament and somebody on board didn't have a valid license. This one, I guess there was some speculation as to whether they left the dock early or put lines in the water before the official lines in.
Right.
I can't speak intelligently about that specific situation. I only read about it, and I think it's wrapped up in litigation. But
it does happen.
It does happen.
With big money, right?
With those big money tournaments, polygraphs are part of it, because when there's that much money involved, there's unfortunately some people out there with questionable integrity.
Yep.
And that's true in any
industry.
In any industry.
And it's funny because I was talking to someone today about fishing tournaments, the smaller boats with like the 3 and the 4 and the 5 engines.
Yeah.
And I was like, for the tournaments, why do you have that? And they were like, well, if you've got a fishing tournament that you've got from the Keys to Kennedy Space Center that you can fish in, you need something that's going to get there fast.
Speed.
I was like, that's the best argument I've ever heard for a lot of engines.
Yeah. So. Speed is definitely a factor, being first on the
move as well.
The Vikings are, the fastest production boats that that money can buy. I mean, we're sitting on a 76-foot boat that will comfortably cruise at over 30 knots with a wide open throttle approaching 40 knots. We build a 72-foot Viking with twin 2,600 horsepower MTU engines that does 45 knots on a 70-foot Sportfish.
That's quick.
That's
pushing it.
I mean, that's faster than my 28-foot center console on a 70-foot Sportfish. So,
sure. How do people get in touch with you if they need to buy a boat?
Yeah, would love the opportunity to work with anyone, help answer any questions. You can reach me at, my cell phone is 954-650-3706. M. Scalisi, SCALISI @hmy.com. Check me out on Facebook. Twitter.
So now you have a 954 number. Are you in Fort Lauderdale? Or
yeah, I'm Fort Lauderdale based. I work out of Harbour Town Marina in Dania.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
you're in the Harbour Town office.
Yep.
Cool. We'll come down and see you then.
Look forward to it.
Thank you, mate.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Thanks
nice to meet you guys.
One thing,